Hey guys, Mark Godette coming to you here on my personal development journey. Usually I come to you while I'm standing up. Today I'm laying down on the ground. I just finished another video I made, and the video is I'm participating in this 22-day push-up challenge to raise awareness for veterans who commit suicide every year. So I did it in this position, and here I am making this new video. So listen, guys, I wanted to make this video, all of you entrepreneurs out there, those new entrepreneurs, those new online startups, all of you people that want to start a business, all of you people that, just people living, breathing out there that, want something more in your life. When you want something more, you want to live your very best life. One of the things I've noticed that can easily crawl into your space is thoughts that don't support that vision or support that desire. And when those thoughts crawl in, eventually what can happen is they can actually lead to us lowering our confidence, preventing us from taking action, and doing self-destructive behaviors to escape those feelings, or escape those feelings that those negative thoughts have actually caused to rise up in us. And so I wanted to make this video because as I become more aware and on this journey, and as I motivate and inspire myself and seek to motivate and inspire you, I notice some things that pop up that may be relevant to you, the viewers. So the thing that I wanted to talk about today is this whole notion, this whole idea of getting up in the morning and going to take action into your day. One of the things that I noticed was I had a habit when I used to work my 9 to 5 where I would get up and I'd be scared, really scared to go to work that day. I'm not sure if you guys can relate, but just scared because not knowing if I'm going to make enough money that month, not knowing if I'm going to do as successful as on my calls and my sales calls that day as I need to. If I'm going to be the person that I need to be that day to reach my goals, like putting a lot of pressure on myself. And so, I noticed the habit was to naturally think in a negative way, like kind of doubt myself and look at all the things that could go wrong. And a lot of times I didn't even realize this was the habit. And recently, this kind of creeped up in my head, but because I'm more aware now, I'm able to catch it quicker and see that the negative effects of it, that it can have short and long term. And so today what I noticed was, as I got up, I was thinking about what happens if everything doesn't work out? What happens if I don't make any money in my business? What happens if I have to go back to work a 9 to 5? What happens if I have to do all of these things? What are people going to think? What am I going to think of myself? And as I thought about those things, I noticed that my confidence drops. People that I would want to hang around with, people that I want to associate with more, people that are my friends, I feel like, the desire not to hang around them anymore. Almost like you don't feel worthy to be in their presence because you're scared, or you're thinking thoughts that are really just preventing you from taking action that you should take. As I became aware of this, I realized that one of the best ways to train the mind, especially if you're having thoughts that keep crawling in, and no matter how much meditation, no matter how many different thoughts come in your head, or how much personal development or spiritual workshops that you go to, one of the things that you really have to do is take some sort of action, right? Because we can alleviate as much as we want by meditating, by focusing on other things, to change our state and to change our feelings. But ultimately, if these thoughts keep coming back, which lower your self-confidence and prevent you from wanting to take action, and when you do take action, you're taking it from like a scarcity place. The reality is one of the things we really just have to do is take action. Whether that's go to the gym right after, whether that's just step into your day. I learned this from a meeting I had yesterday from a very successful woman. Her name's Anna, and she runs a non-for-profit organization called $1 Million Smiles. And one of the things that she told me is, there's a lot of people that are out there, they're talking about all the things that they'd like to do, and there's the people that just do it. Because as you do it, a lot of those things, those emotional blocks that are coming up in your life, they're going to start to surface, right? They're going to start to surface. But as you take more action, you're going to start to dissolve those limiting beliefs. But the more we prolong ourselves from taking action, the more it's like a fight every day. The more it's like a fight every day where we just have to, do whatever we can to eliminate those thoughts. But really what would eliminate those thoughts is just doing what we know we're called to do, right? Doing what we know we're called to do. And as we take more action, we get more confidence. We get more certainty. We know where to go. And it doesn't even matter, I realized, if you don't know exactly what you want to do or where you want to provide service or value. As long as you just start with something, the universe is just going to start to give you more and steer you in the right direction. It'll let you know where to go. But until we take some form of action, nothing really happens. So I'm kind of laughing now because I realize how these thoughts have spun me around in circles my entire life and prevented me from taking action on projects like writing a book that I said I would write in an inspired moment, like creating programs that can help people, online programs that can help them, in personal development or on their business. But I get inspired and then, I'll wake up the next day and that's inspiration's going and you have these negative thoughts coming in. Even creating videos like this, sometimes those thoughts come in. It's just funny when I take a step back and I get outside of those emotions and just realize what's causing it all. And I know a lot of you guys watching this, a lot of you will resonate at a very deep level because you have goals, you have dreams, you have specific things that you want to do. And a lot of times you said that you would do them, but for whatever reason you didn't do them, or you keep putting it off and you keep putting it off. And sometimes that reason is fear. And it's that little voice in your head sometimes just telling you not to do anything, or giving you excuses of why you can't do it yet. So I want you to know you're supported here. You're loved. It's normal. But if you take a step back, whether you get these feelings, for me, it's usually in the morning when I get up. I notice that's when I sometimes get those emotions, when I sometimes get those feelings. And being conscious of it, I can change the direction. I can journal. I can do some sort of exercise. But the reality is the time you're going to feel most empowered is when you really do something that's in the direction of your dreams. If it's something that, even let's say you want to start a coaching business, if you just call one person today, just one person, and you let them know what you're doing and even offer your service, you're going to feel so much better, so much more empowered than you would if you just kept holding off and saying, I'll wait until I have, a complete business plan in place and a complete social media strategy. Because there's this energy inside you that just wants to go out, right? And you want to maintain momentum. And the way to do that is if you just do one action, right? For me, it's as simple as starting the day right, like going to do exercise in the gym or going for a walk, just starting the day right, getting out of my own head. And then doing at least one action step. So I realize that that's been working for me. But the reality is, as we grow and as we stretch ourselves, we're always going to have those moments. We're always going to have those moments where the voice comes in the head and tells us we're not ready and wants to keep us in the comfort zone and lowers our confidence, right? It's going to happen. But now that you know and you're aware, you can consistently rise. We can consistently rise by just taking a simple action every day. A simple action. And I'm not a pro at this because believe me, I go through the same things that each and every person goes through. But as I realize these things and as I start taking action in my journey, I want to encourage others to do the same because I know there's so many of you out there that have so much value to provide. And you're looking at other people out there that are just so successful. And you're like, I wish I could be like that. I wish I could be like that, but I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I have to do this XYZ before I get there. And then you look back 10, 15 years and realize that you've been telling yourself the exact same story every single day. But you just didn't realize it. But guess what? Here's the exciting part. Now you are aware, and now you do realize it. And now you know it's a normal part of the journey. And because it's a normal part of the journey, and all the successful people went through it, even my friend Anna, you know that because it's part of the process, you can take a step back and smile. You can smile like I'm smiling right now, because it's just going to help you grow. It's just going to help you get there. And it's really just thoughts. And you can change those thoughts and what you believe, not only by changing your thoughts each day and meditating, but by taking an action, the law of action, even if it's one action. And you'll start to disprove those beliefs. You'll start to limit the amount that come into your head. And you'll start to limit the amount and the length of time that they hang around for. And the action, remember, my friends, doesn't even really matter what that action is, so much as that you take an action. So know that and be empowered. Be inspired, and know that your vision's worth it, and that you can live your life from a place of freedom no matter what you're doing. You can live your life from a place of freedom as a 9-to-5 employee. You can live your life from a place of freedom as a business owner. You can live your life from a place of freedom on passive incomes. But it's all about how you look at things. It's all about the actions that you start taking. It's all about how you start thinking about yourself. As you take more action, your thoughts are going to be affected. As you change your thoughts, your actions are going to be affected. They go back and forth. So I love each and every one of you. I wanted to keep this, I don't want to get too high on the energy for you guys today, because I wanted to really connect with you at a deep level to let you know that I feel these ways sometimes too. I'm about inspiration, but at the same time, I'm a real person just like each and every one of you, and we all go through the same things. So live your life, guys. Be empowered, be inspired. Take one action today. Comment on the video, let me know, like, comment, or share, and let me know what action you took. Today, I'm gonna call a potential client as well, and let them know what I'm doing. Let them know the services I'm providing, and just keep putting that stuff out there in the universe so that I can keep moving forward and building more and more confidence, certainty. So take action today, guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video.